Yay. Oh my gosh.
Yes, we appear to be live and directed.
You're making sound.
Me too. So if I'm back here, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it should be fine. You know, it's like,
It'll come out as 3 separate tracks, and there's, bleed and stuff. So
Right.
It's pretty easy to level out.
Yeah, I'm pretty loud by myself anyway.
There you go.
So it's safe to say we're back again.
We are back again, indeed.
Yet again.
Yet again. Here we are.
And hello, everybody. CONSERVATISH episode 99. My name is Peter Feliciano, and I'm your host of this this end of the podcast. We're doing a joint podcast today.
A split podcast.
A split point podcast. And
so I guess that makes me, some of you might know me as Foss from Study Music Group. I'm also the producer CTZN, CTZN. Check me out.
I am RIDL. I do the music thing, producing, engineering, working with Study Music Group, handle all of our engineering, recording, and mixing needs, along with producing for a lot of the artists here. We're happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is fun. I will find me on Instagram at Peter_Feliciano. And September 13th, Brick Mortar Music Hall is the giant album release party. All of you need to be there, or I will find you and I will murder you in front of your children, or your parents if you don't have children. Tickets are like $12, and I believe actually my album may be available by the time this comes out. Not sure.
So I wanted to ask you, is there going to be a digital single before the album releases?
No, it's just going to be people can buy. Yeah. Well, I'm a bold man.
Before we move on
Yes,
from the
sir.
show, though, dude, you're packing all sorts of interesting shit in there to give people their $12 worth.
Yeah,
there's going to be like dancing midgets
show.
on stage,
Right, exactly.
Loompas, tigers, lions.
Sword or dick swallower. There's going to be all kinds of amazing shit. Yeah, we've got Jefferson Berge, who's a very, very vulgar, funny musician, songwriter. He's going to be opening, and then we've also got DJ Kevy Kev, who's a legendary hip hop DJ. He's going to be. I think that's not mine. So go for it. He's going to be doing a DJ set afterwards. I'm still trying to rope in a drag queen, so we may have a performance of a drag queen, but not me, unfortunately. I did used to do creepy drag, but unfortunately, I will not be. I'll be way too fucking busy. But yeah, so it's an album release party and a going away party since I'm moving to New York at the end of September. So
the adventure continues.
Yes, it's gonna be a huge night. So you should be there. If you haven't come and see me in a long time, or if you haven't come and see me because you live in the Bay Area and no one comes out to shows, then you need to get your stupid ass there. But otherwise, the album's finally coming out. Been working on this for a long, long time, and I'm happy to have it finally out.
Does it have a title, or is it just
Peter Feliciano?
Self-titled?
Just self-titled. I played around with a couple of ones. I thought I might call it mediocre folk songs. Because I like how the contradiction versus what the actual songs are. But I'm like, you know what? No, I don't want to. I'm just fuck it. Just put it out as Peter Feliciano's first album. It doesn't matter, it's I don't know. Ask me questions about it. I don't know. Fucking, what do you want to talk about? So I know you. When did we first met? Like what? 7 years ago? 6 years ago?
Man, just through the proximity of the performing scene around here within the past 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever years. Some of the earpiece guys you were collaborating with at that time, or sharing a lot of bills with. So
me and One Word used to do tracks a lot.
Yeah, came into that proximity, and then after we'd done a number of shows together, One Word ended up approaching me about working with you guys and helping out with the album you guys collaborated on together. Yeah,
I really liked that album that we did.
I don't know.
We had some really good times.
Are you open to talking about that a little bit?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what was different about that and being in like the hip hop kind of scene, and like how did you even get into hip hop? Because your new album is kind of decidedly not really like beat based or whatever. It's more like folk and like natural instruments kind of thing.
So I guess initially I was. I did a song with somebody. Who the fuck was that? I did a song. So I moved back from Portland to the Bay Area in 2010. and I was a singer, but I had done like the most I had done is rehearse with a metal band in a U-Haul storage thing. So nothing. And my mentor at the time was like, shit or get off the pot. Either stop complaining about, not making music or not performing, or, either do it or don't do it. So I was like, okay, I'm
like, had you been like a hobbyist, just like playing the guitar and like kind of just singing or whatever?
I barely played the guitar before then. In fact, even now, I don't really care about the guitar at all. I play the guitar.
It's sort of a vehicle.
Yeah, it's just a vehicle. I like dancing around on stage with just me and the mic. You know what I mean? Which is actually why writing hooks and performing hooks for rappers was a good fit for me.
Yeah.
Partially because I like hip hop, and partially because I'm good at writing, and I have a nice voice, and so I would do that. But also, I started. I think One Word and I got introduced to each other through a mutual friends, and so we decided to do a song. Finger Looking Good, I think, was the first one, and which also, it was an extra track on that album that we put out in 2015.
I kind of remember you guys performing the Alarm song a lot, too.
Yeah, we did that. That was a
staple of your guys' set for
So I think we started with that, and then through that, I had that Finger Looking Good, and I showed that to Telly Prego, one of the Outbound Sunset guys in the city when I moved up to the city from Redwood City. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll have you on my." So he actually had me on his album twice. One of the songs I just sang the hook for him. The other one I actually wrote and sang for. And then through that, got introduced to a lot of the Earpiece guys and Poe and a lot of people. And so I've gotten semi-cemented into into the hip hop, the Bay Area scene as like the half Puerto Rican Nate Dogg, and that was cool. But
imagine that's like a pigeonhole after a while.
It is,
I feel like that happens a lot to singers. Like I was just thinking that. I know probably at least 4 or 5 different people whom are the like hook guy or girl,
right?
And
a lot of them. Let's be. I'm sorry, but a lot
can't
of them
do much
suck
more than
ass.
that.
Like I'm not gonna suck my own dick or whatever just because we're on video and we can't put it on YouTube. But I'm. Like I know, and I've gotten more used to being comfortable with not like saying I'm amazing, blah, 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 but like with appreciating who I actually am, not pigeonholing myself, which is hard to do when you're insecure like I am. So I remember the last few hooks that I had made where I was almost trying to sound like myself. You know what I mean? Where like I would like, okay, I know the exact, okay, I'll put that, and I would write hooks, and then I would sing it, and then there were a few times where I'd be getting paid for it, which is necessary in this game, but also I would listen to the final product, and I'd be like, you were talking about someone before we started recording, about someone who like you had to like switch it up kind of after the fact. And I'm sure that's another story we won't get into.
No, it's good. It happens a lot.
But I remember making a track for somebody and then hearing the final product because I'm not responsible for the final product. Right. I didn't make the beat, I didn't make the verses, and I didn't produce. I went and I wrote my part and did my part as big as I could do it. Earned my $150 to $300 or whatever, and then heard the final product and I was like, like. And my name is attached to it.
Yep.
And so I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll, go buy gas and rent. You know what I mean? Like, but like, it just kind of felt like, okay, that sucks. But also in the artistic vein, feeling like I pigeonholed myself into having the same kind of formula, and I tried to switch it up. There was one track I did with Morgan Merrihew. What's his name? What's his rap name? Anyway, where like I'd switch it up and like tried to do a little softer or tried to do a little creepier, a little this, a little that, and I had the artistic freedom to do that. But eventually, the end of the hook is always the crescendo, and it's always always kind of slapping, and it just kind of felt like this doesn't feel honest. This doesn't feel like my, to get corny with it, authentic voice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to step back from this and focus on my shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. And there were some people who approached me, but I'm like, okay, well, this is my price, and if you can't swing it.
Yeah, no, I heard you talking about that on an earlier episode about how you stopped doing like hooks for free or whatever. You're trying to filter out the garbage.
Good move.
People that don't give a fuck and wasting your time and stuff.
Right. And there's still some people who, if they reached out, I would do it because of their family, but essentially, I have to,
Yeah.
I have to value my own artistic output, and
Right,
if
right,
I don't
right.
value it, why would someone else?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was a weird thing where I was ready to kind of move on from that, and I would happily do hip hop again, but I don't want to sound like myself. I want to be able to do whatever the fuck I want to do. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like on some of the tracks with you in One Word's album, you were kind of just like short for space? Like you were kind of confined to the hook and the formula because they were
Yeah.
kind of conventionally formulated rap songs for the most part.
For the most part, yeah. There was definitely some. I mean,
There was a few that
what made
allowed
it,
you to kind of do more.
Absolutely. I mean, The Spy is one. If you haven't heard The Spy, everybody go. I sing in Spanish.
There's
you know
a
what I
video
mean?
too?
There's a video too. Very entertaining. I'm like 70 pounds heavier than I am now. But yeah. But, no, I'm saying don't watch it. Just listen to it. But like, ignore the man boobs. But there was a lot of autonomy I had artistically with One Word. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because it wasn't just he's sending me the beat and the concept and the verses, and I have this 30 seconds to play with. It was we sit down with a beat that he made and come up with ideas. So it was
Figure
much
out
more
the hook.
collaborative, right?
And then
well, the
figure out
hook
the
was
verses.
mostly still me.
Yeah.
But the concept for the songs, the structure of it, like The Spy as an example, he had this great kind of 70s sounding, Beastie Boys Sabotage type of
Yeah.
beat, and I was like, what if we did, a spy in Mexico in the 70s, like Mexican James Bond? I don't know how it came about.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to take credit if it's not, if it wasn't me, but I'm pretty sure it was, because that sounds like something weird that I would do. And we started, collaborating back and forth. There was a lot more autonomy. There was a lot more freedom between the two of us,
Yeah.
collaboratively. So I felt pretty comfortable in that. But even then, it was like, okay, this is my space. And when I have that little space, and something I've had to get used to with the years of performing, something I've had to do is pull back and calm the fuck down, because it's hard for me when it's just me and my guitar. Like something I noticed with the recording of the album, there are other instruments, Pete. You don't have to carry the entire thing with just you and your guitar. So I don't have to belt constantly, and I don't have to, be all the instrumentation
Lot
with
more
my
room for
guitar.
dynamics.
Exactly. And so I can pull back on the guitar, and I can pull back on the voice, and just as long as I can hear myself, play with more falsetto and more this and more that. But when I had that 30 seconds, it was like, okay, let me make sure I knock it out of the park every syllable. And it's like, it's not like I wouldn't put all of myself into every syllable anyway, but there's different versions. I don't need to be like, hey, everybody who's looking to make a hook maker famous, look at me. You know what I mean? I don't need to be, which is something actually, I don't know how real you want to get, but there was, I've talked about it more vaguely on other episodes, but I think that kind of hurt our relationship, One Word and I, because I had to be this, or I thought I had to be
this part, and he had to be that part, and that's
well, not just that, but also
was.
performing wise. I'm this big fucking giant personality, and sometimes I can be a goddamn stage hog. You know what I mean? Especially back in the day. I'm way better now, but when I'm just like, I'm at the starting line, he's finishing his verse and go, and I'm like, fucking
No.
which is helpful, but also can be a hindrance to genuine collaboration, and also to sharing the stage with somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is fine. I don't think I'm who I was artistically anymore. I know I'm a lot more calm and a lot more confident, but also I think that happens in any collaboration.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
unless, both are kind of, we were symbiotic for a while, but eventually part of it was my shit, and part of it was just the normal shit of two people sharing a stage, the normal shit of two people sitting down and working. We worked for years together, on that album and before, and promoting it and doing all this stuff. So, it's, I don't know, it was a weird thing, but it was also really helpful. It was many great learning experiences. So,
Would you
I don't know
say
if
that
answers your question?
kind of was like the culmination of your time singing hooks for hip hop?
Culmination? What do you mean? Like the crescendo of it? Or?
Yeah. before you were like, okay, now to figure out how I'm going to present myself as myself, what my sound's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I had written a lot of so there's 9 songs on the upcoming album.
What kind
I
of
had
extra
written
instruments in production did you
everything.
decide to?
Everything.
Is there anything like electronic added, like synthesizers or samples or anything like that?
Yeah, there is one on this
drums?
song called "Miss the Point." There's these the producer. I gotta fucking say, the producer Gowan Matthews is the best. Like he is beyond worth every penny. He's not just obviously producing. The motherfucker plays bass. He plays lead guitar. He plays organs. He plays synth. He plays He's got such a amazing ear for, you know what I think this would work is some horns. He actually thought about it. You remember my song Haters? That's why you've got haters.
I love that song. I was just telling him about that.
So there's a video coming out
Amazing.
for it where I'm wearing a little yachty wig and shit like that. So because I still very much love hip hop and I hate a lot of fucking rappers. Not a lot of them, but like I hate a lot of fucking rappers. But on that song, I put it down. We put the guitar down. We put the bass, put the drums, blah blah blah, and it was like, okay, this sounds good. And then he had the weird thought. He's like, what if this had horns? And he didn't even know that my dad plays horns. He's a horn arranger. My dad has been a horn arranger. Rick Feliciano has been a horn arranger for 40 years. Amazing. He's an amazing musician. He's worked with Paul Simon. He's worked with Billy Joel. He's done John Lee Hooker Jr.'s the last 3 albums. The motherfucker is amazing. And also worth every penny. And so with him, Gowan was like, what if this had horns? And I'm like, I don't want this to, I was weird.
Song on the record?
No, it's going to be the second one out of the 9. But it was a weird thought because I'm like, well, I want this to appeal to rappers, right, so that they can spread it around to other rappers, and fucking assassinate who we need to assassinate. But, with his thought, I started to hear it, and he was like, yeah, we go kind of lounge direction. And I'm like, fuck. Like, it worked out so goddamn well. That's why You Got Haters might be, of the 9 tracks, might be my favorite to kind of listen to. It's very bright and very kind of loungy, but I'm also yelling fuck music, who gives a shit. Like, I'm middle finger, but also lounge at the same time. And that's all Gowan's idea of, like, what if we had horns? And then my dad... When I sat down with him, my dad arranged two songs on the album with horns. And when I sat down with him and he showed me, because his normal setup, he does his writing and then he like records with a little 4-track of like, here's what the horns will sound like, ba, 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 like he does it with his mouth. When he showed me what he did for the reveille part, there's this breakdown. I don't care what 94.9 has to say. I don't care what KMEL, right? And I sing about that. There's this almost like military, like what my dad did with the horns is fucking ridiculous. I'm getting chills now because the motherfucker, he's not just like, oh great, I get to have my dad on the album. Like, no, dude. Like, I am fucking beyond lucky to have this motherfucker on. He's fucking amazing. I don't know why I'm going off on a rant, but what was your question?
I was curious, just to jump back in your timeline a little bit.
Yes,
is that
sir.
where you got your musical kind of beginnings from?
I think so. Yeah, my mom is also very musical as well. She was a piano teacher for a long, long time.
Okay.
Understands
So you had it in
music
the house
theory.
growing up?
Yeah, me, I have 3 brothers, and my older brother is a great guitarist. My younger brother is a great drummer, and my youngest brother is a great singer and rapper as well. So we have music. Yeah, we grew up with it. And my dad's, this New York, Puerto Rican salsa player, as well as he teaches all over the Bay Area, woodwinds and horns and all kinds of stuff too. So, yeah, it was pretty early on, a lot of music.
All right, so
It helped. I mean, it helps definitely. The early when was your first exposure to music? So I had a similar situation. Many.
Is that okay? Impulsing? Okay, cool.
I had a short stint of like piano lessons when I was younger and stuff like that, but nothing really serious until more like
Ballet?
18. Yeah. Yeah, nothing
Or
really
for you,
serious
did you
until,
jump
like, 18.
right away into hip hop thing or beat making? Or
Yeah,
was
just
it?
DJing, and then I wanted to learn how to be an engineer, and still kind of like just DJing mostly until I got to sound school, and then people I made friends with were mostly rapping, And then, a couple of people were playing in bands or whatever, doing different things, singing or playing instruments. But, yeah, hip-hop was just kind of my main thing that I was into. And then as I started DJing and, like, digging more into, like, what was behind the hip-hop that I liked, collecting records and kind of further expanding my palette became a thing.
What was Sound School like? Was that
At Expression?
Expression,
It's now
SAE.
SAE.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it switched over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they had financial problems for years.
Oh, okay.
But
don't know how much they fucking charge people.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I can
It's
budget
like,
is on that
oh,
place
man.
though, just buying like all the latest boards and top quality everything.
I don't know. I mean, I remember I went to take a tour of Expressions, and we got to the part where they started discussing how much it costs. It's like,
Oh yeah, no.
never mind.
Yeah.
It's like, no, and you're on the hook for the full thing. They had,
But I do find
a
like
weird
things
thing
that
you
I
couldn't
take
drop out.
things that I take for granted in like as far as my creative process and just what I figure should be like standard things that I kind of just like without thinking about it expect other people to be capable of is stuff that I picked up there. You know what I mean? Just like basic and mid-level stuff. Like I don't know, it's 2019, it blows my mind that somebody couldn't like come up with a demo.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you have a
Yeah.
phone or an iPad or
Right.
whatever, there's like no reason why you can't be like laying down basic things or just like I don't know.
I don't know though. I don't know that. Like I feel the same way, but I'm also of the school of thought that like recording, like you could get some sort of rough demo, but it's an art form like music is. And if you're a band and you're trying to just like set up if you're a band and you're trying to just set up I'm saying I think it's easier for a band. You set up some microphones, the recording may be rough, but it's not going to affect the way that the music feels as
Right.
much. Whereas if you're a producer and you're trying to like make a demo or you're trying to like whip together some things, you're a singer, you're trying to like do that stuff and you're trying to do it on an iPad, it's like to me, to my ears, that's a lot more obvious.
If you're a one-man band or like a singer rapper, there's no reason why you can't be working on your own tracks in your own time. Like, of course, people want to align themselves with like labels or imprints because they have access to like better like visibility, but also for better recording when
Right.
it comes down to presenting
I'm
your
saying,
best stuff.
I'm saying I'd rather hear badly recorded. Like,
No,
couple
not
mics in
to
a
hear,
room.
not to hear, but
You know,
just to be able to be productive.
but you're talking about like people, like being able to do it themselves, and I think that part of like being able to do it yourselves is being able to deliver an end product, right? You know, to someone, whoever it is that's listening to it, be it to get shows or to like release out into the world, and it's like the one thing that kills me is hearing these like. It's
not
really
quality.
obvious. It's just not quality. It's just like shitty 2 tracks from producers who don't really know what they're doing because they haven't studied the craft, and then they give them fully like mastered to rappers who also
Shitty
don't really know
recordings
about
on it,
recording, and it's just like shit recordings on top of shit mixes, and that shit goes out in the world, and sometimes it is what otherwise could be good music, but it just kind of like brings the overall quality of it brings the shit level up across the board.
Yeah.
I think the biggest the biggest drawback and the biggest hurdle is really not any of that stuff though. The biggest hurdle, at least for me and most of the solo artists that I know, is the drive. Ultimately, is getting out of fucking bed.
Yeah, absolutely,
absolutely. Yeah, that too.
This is the time of day and week we record.
Right,
Regular
having
thing.
consistency, getting up. One of the things I listen to a lot of because I'm a funny man. But I listen to a lot of like talk about comedy and stand-up comedy and comics and writing and blah 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 blah. And one of the things over and over is comics joined comedy because I don't have to get up till 4, and I could just dick around and blah blah. It's like but. You know what I mean? Like, what is?
Really. Not really.
What is Steve Harvey? What did he say? He's like Steve, and obviously this is an exaggeration, but Steve Harvey's like, all the comics I know who smoke weed are broke. You know what I mean? Like, it's like there's a certain level of responsibility you do have to have in being a musician,
especially
being a comedian.
If you're self-managing, if you're doing it yourself, and the more like avenues of exposure there are, the more places on the internet that you can put your things, the more work you have to do.
Absolutely. I didn't realize. I mean, like, I have been. I think it's natural. I think it's normal, and I don't judge myself harshly for it right now. Give me a few hours, but I think it's normal and natural to feel like, well, I can't. you know, I mean, like literally last night, I was up until fucking 6:30 in the morning. Like I literally have like 4 hours of sleep. And the reason why is because I can't shut the fuck up in my mind. It was like, oh, I got to send that email, and then I got to practice, and then I got to make sure or coordinate. Oh, I need to tell that. I need to send out the beats, and I have, constantly because of the album release party and the move. There is constantly shit swirling around in my head, which is not new, but like these last 9 months, I've been having a hard time to just sit down and whatever, because for a long time I was just like, you know, as Alec Baldwin put it on one of his episodes of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, I just thought the famous committee was going to come and knock on my door like, hey kid, you have talent. We heard that, you know, we're here to make you famous. It's like, no, you have to work fucking hard.
Yeah, that's not
really goddamn hard.
I feel like
you have to sacrifice a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I see that a lot with like rappers, especially. I've run into like so many rappers over the year, and it's like, just because you record that hit song, like, what do you think is going to happen then? Like, someone's going to just show up at your door. Hey, I've got a record deal for you. Right. It's like, that is most certainly not how it works anymore.
No, you have to be willing to rent a van for more money than you can afford and drive to fucking Minnesota to perform it. Like, you have to be willing to eat shit for a while. Yeah. You know, and I've been performing and really actually giving it a real college try since 2012. You know what I mean? I told myself I'll give myself 10 years before I complain. I made it it was like 2 weeks in. And when I started complaining. But like really genuinely, like, you know, ultimately that idea of like before I can complain means I have to put in work, you know, and some people, sure, they get it quick, but I'm not that type of guy, and I don't want it cheap either, because what happens when it's cheap is it's cheap. You know what I mean? If you don't work like a son of a bitch, and this doesn't take time and effort and energy and sacrifice, then it's not worth as much to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. And I feel like with all the different necessary income streams and, like he was saying, content outlets, it's like a full-time, like when people that aren't
full-time job,
people that aren't artists are, you know, waking up at 7 a.m. in the morning and getting ready and going to work. You still got to wake up at the same kind of time and get ready and go to work in whether it's writing or recording or promoting,
not to mention having
content,
an actual other job on top of that,
or you know what I mean.
I can't. There's so many times where, because I also drive Uber and work at a restaurant. And there's so many times where
the side
I'll sneak.
hustles are real.
Yeah, dude. Where I sneak into the back room in the back pantry and like post something really quick.
Oh yeah. Yo,
I gotta send that email.
Yeah, as well.
Where's the cameras?
It's like,
all right,
man, you can't have that 8-hour content gap.
No, goddamn it. No, I have to stay vigilant.
It's funny though. It's like I work in a bar as well, or in a restaurant bar as well, and like people don't seem to wrap their head around like the volume of work, especially not even just as an artist. It's like, for me, it's like I've got my own stuff going on as an artist, but also all of the engineering and all of that work for all of our artists that we work with. And so it's like by the time I get to work at the bar, I have likely already worked an 8-hour day. You know, and so it's like I'm only there 3 or so days a week, and I'm like, oh, you got the easiest schedule. You don't hardly work at all. I'm like, funny.
Yeah, but it all catches up.
I'm like, that is fucking hilarious. I generally take 1 day off a week. You know, try and reserve 1 day off a week, and sometimes that gets filled with sessions, anyways. So yeah, it's like, you know, it's like all that extra work is just so much of it. It really feels insurmountable. So it is a place. Separates the men from the boys, I guess. Yeah,
definitely. There's a lot of. It was one guy. I can't remember his rap name. I'm still friends with him on Facebook. I saw him last night. Well, I remember his real name. I won't say it, but like I remember he had. It was like 2012. Me and one were doing one of our first shows, and this guy he did a song about that's work. You know, that's work. You know, he was a rapper, and he's talking about the struggle or whatever the fuck, and that's work. And so I remember that, and I was like, oh, I kind of like that song. Like, oh, that's cool. And then never saw the motherfucker perform or put anything out artistically again. And I'm just like, that's another example, because there's been thousands since who just don't have the stones or the talent. I think it's mostly the stones, because a lot of people, like I when I listen to my voice from 2015, I'm like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like, or my writing from 2014, ugh. You know what I mean? Like, I'm way better. You know, so talent can be made, you know what I mean? Like, not made, but can be cultivated and built. Exactly.
Yeah.
And but I don't know about this. I don't want to insult the guy if it gets back to him. Not that I'm afraid of it, but like I liked his song. You know what I mean? The one that I heard that I remember. But like there are a lot of people who just don't have it, and they just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna focus on my work life and my family, and I'm giving it up. You know what I mean? And
Which is fine, or you know,
is it though?
I mean, if that's like, if that's the call they want. I mean, I'm of the mind that, like, if that's the call you want to make and you can't hang and you want to keep it as a hobby so that you don't poison it. You know, it's like I know guys who spending too much time chasing the music dream ruined music for them almost, you know, because it creates these associations. I know guys who have had to get out of it for years and years and years on end, where they're just like, I can't do it. It's toxic. It hurts, you know. And it's like, you know, maybe that's a flaw from the get go, you know. But
yeah, it depends. I guess
if someone who's like going that direction, it's like, yo, if the music doesn't make you happy,
right,
like reassess what you're doing, right? If you don't have the hustle to do it,
and
you're gonna kill yourself thinking that you do and being upset that you're not making it.
I think
just make it as a hobby.
What's
That's fine.
made things complicated over the past like decade is what defines success in this new musical era with the high-speed internet in everyone's pocket is kind of different than what defined success in like the early 2000s or the late 90s.
There's a lot more facets to it.
There's way more things that go into it, and it just goes back to how there's like all these different ways you got to promote yourself, and then there's all these different creative things you got to do.
Right.
And then you're also got to be like an ad person. You also got to be writing copy every day for your brand pages on, you know, all over the internet, and you got to just be constantly doing all these different things, which leads me to the next topic of discussion I wanted to go over. Marketing overall. Like, there's so many things you gotta do if you decide that you want to take yourself seriously as like a brand or a little mini company or however you want to look at yourself.
Right.
There's also a lot of other people on planet Earth that decide that they're also willing to figure it out and try their hand at doing it. So, I kind of thought that it was interesting that you've carved like a sort of niche for yourself with the podcast as kind of like a controversial, loud, kind of like you say a lot of like
off the wall
kind of like off the wall shit on there, which is like a little bit different than the character that I feel like your music presents.
Sure.
And so I wanted you to kind of talk about like what was the thought that went into like how you're gonna get your character
brand
out there, because you launched the podcast like, you know, maybe like a year
ago.
Before you started really talking about the album is coming out soon, there's a record release date, that kind of stuff. So like, what was that like, thinking about building the character and then kind of...
So essentially I don't, similar to what I was talking about earlier, when I have a song called the Me song on the album. It's about ego, and it's about Facebook and social media and our interactions with it. I make fun of multiple characters, and then I make fun of myself and all of us, because I think ultimately we all have that ego and that fucking, how many likes did I get? You know, but I didn't want to be confined to a fucking verse in order to tell my story about it or my opinions about it. I'm a funny, good conversationalist, I think, and people seem to like it so far. But like, I wanted a platform for me to just be all out, no fucking holds barred, no bad words, no bad subjects, just bleh. Because my life experience, I don't want it to be confined. There are some people who, fucking Trent Reznor is a pretty good example. Someone who, his lyrics are honestly not that different, and I love Nine Inch Nails with all of my fucking heart. Don't get it, you know, confused. But as far as his opinions about shit, it'll be, his lyrics will be that's his opinion on shit. You know what I mean? He may speak up for PETA, you know, from time to time, but like mostly it's just that's his that blurb. I didn't want that. I don't want to be a guy, you know. Another thing about Trent Reznor is when, you know, the most he'll say during a show is, hey, thanks so much. Or, you know, yeah, we really love Grand Rapids. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want that, because I just have way too much. I never fucking stop talking. Like, I have way too much opinions about shit and love for comedy and love for truth and honesty, that I didn't want it to be just, I didn't want to be this shrouded in mystery artist. I love talking to crowds. I love bullshitting with people. I love making fun of people on stage. I love doing that and also having a guitar and having a great voice and a great idea for songwriting. So I didn't want to be confined to one thing. also part of the reason why I wanted to have a podcast and the reason why I called it Conservatish is because I feel like in the Bay Area we have these ideas about anyone who doesn't,
you're kind of expected to fit, or that
absolutely,
the avatar of the average Bay Area person.
Yeah, it's the hipster. Remember the hipster thing?
These views,
the hipster mentality when Phil's Coffee first came around. It was like, oh, you don't know where to stand to order. Of course, there's an of course. The of courseness. Fucking can't stand it. So when everybody, of course we all agree on the same thing about abortion. Of course we all agree about this. Of course you're not allowed to make all jokes. Fuck you. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, first things first. And number two, I feel like other people want that same thing too. Those people stuck in their little avatar and they're like, nope, we all believe the same thing, who are secretly, silently, yeah, but I kind of like fucked up jokes. Or, yeah, but I kind of, I like weird movies that have a lot of violence. I like, oh, yeah. That secret weird little thing, I want to reach that and pull it out because that's the way we connect. Is the weird little secret shit, not the I can't stand, I do it okay because I have, being a server, you have to like, hey,
smile and nod.
Yes, welcome. Yes, crazy weather we're having. I hate that shit. I want to get to the real meat.
Yeah,
I want the fucking meat. You know what I mean? And in the Bay Area, we have this idea of anyone who isn't in San Francisco, L.A., or New York is a racist piece of shit who hates gays. And I'm like, nah, motherfucker. Like, I've been to Oklahoma. They're fine. Like, there's gay kids running around. Like, everything's fine. Like, relax. Everything's fine. Oh, if you voted for Trump, you're the devil. It's like, no, my fucking gay relative, my lesbian relative voted for Trump. Like, things are not all what you think. They're not all. Nobody's fitting in boxes. Calm the fuck down. Yeah. Let's connect to motherfuckers. You know what I mean? There's gray area. Lots. Humans are dirty and beautiful, and let's just fucking connect. Stop putting each other in boxes.
It's all gray area. I mean, frankly. But I mean, I think that's really interesting you bring that up because I think that is a kind of greater overall trend that we're seeing as well. It's like everything is just becoming more and more polarized.
Yeah.
The extremes are more extreme. Right. And so now there's this like massive vacant area that's all the gray area, and it's like, I think that's where the majority of people are at, It's like, not to say that there are not people on the extremes. Of course there are. We know there are. We see them. But
get caught up in this mindset that everybody
people
feels
on the
the
coast
way that
are
people
one
on the coast.
Right. Well,
exactly.
that's because many people on the coast are one of the extremes.
Country and the bottom of the country. And,
right. Who ultimately, mostly, the middle of the country, it just doesn't want to be talked down to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, we all believe this? All right, how about I'm rebellious and I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'm a woman, but I'm not going to vote for Hillary because fuck you. Because you told me if I don't vote for Hillary, I hate women. How about fuck you? I'm going to vote for whoever the fuck I want. Yeah. Ultimately, a lot of it is reactionary. Yeah. And so I'm kind of that way. Like anytime, my favorite musicians, my favorite artist, Frank Zappa, he sprayed it everywhere. He made fun of the liberals. He made fun of the Republicans. He made fun of the religious. He made fun of hippies. He just sprayed everywhere. South Park, they make fun of fucking everybody. Everyone gets a bullet. And I love that. Yeah. I love everyone gets a bullet because if you want actual genuine equality, that means everybody gets a bullet. And not like a bullet, a joke. You know what I mean? Like I always say, like,
no one's safe.
No one's safe. Like, and it's things that we all mostly feel sometimes. Like one of the things I talk about all the time is like, listen, I love Asian people with all my heart. But y'all suck at driving. Like, it's not a thing. That doesn't mean I want to have that, go back to, no, stay here, have a license. I don't want you to go through extra. But can I at least make a joke about it? Can my experience matter?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think we're all just trading experiences back and forth to see like, oh, do you feel this too? I feel this too. That's why humor is the way it is. Because someone will say something and it'll start with a crazy premise and it's like, oh, I kind of relate. Yeah, airplane food does suck. It's like, yeah, but like on a real gut level, can we all calm the fuck down, and stop putting each other into boxes? So I guess
it kind of feels like comedy is the only like safe space for
not these days.
Yeah, not anymore.
No, they want to get motherfuckers. They want to get motherfuckers canceled. I'm not down with it. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like because yes, I am a musician, but I don't fit into that box. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I like that. I like being a funny person. I like conversating and asking questions and interviewing strange people, like a black Trump supporter or a fucking, half white, half black lady who talked about, if you want to listen to the episode, it's Kat, K-A-T, Kat, Zabrana's mom. And she talked about being white and growing up half white, half black, and being not black enough for the black people and not white enough for the white people. You know what I mean? I want to talk about strange experiences, human experiences, to connect us.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, and I didn't want to be, just only a verse. It was like, no, like I want to, and plus the podcast promotes the music and the music promotes the podcast. The thing is that what's weird about focusing on the podcast for a year now is that I've had people go like, "Oh, you do music?" Like, it's like, yeah, but honestly,
yeah, we've talked about that. Do you feel like it takes away from other creative time, or
yeah, it does.
Or
that was always kind of like always
time?
my concern about it. Is like I like it, but what else could I be doing?
There's always
but
busy
I feel
work.
that way about everything in life.
There's always busy work to be done, but I feel like
Well, okay, so with the album, it's a different type of thing because I've been busy, recording it and then editing and mixing with the producer and then adding horns or adding it, and literally, I mean, I did a GoFundMe campaign, got like 1,200 past the goal, and spent that real fucking quick because Gowan, producers are expensive. You know what I mean? And instrumentalists are very expensive. That's a lot of time and effort to make sure it's right. And so I've spent thousands of my own dollars on top of that and I'm broke as a motherfucker, since I was like 2, of like making sure everything's, great. So I haven't wanted to be out in the public eye for whatever imprint I have right now, doing a lot of music.
Yeah.
But most of the time my music is performing 2 or 3 times a week at a fucking food truck event, making a couple $100, or at a wine bar, making a couple $100. Like, I'm making money and I'm putting my music out there, and I'm having that, putting in the 10,000 hours of perform. Know what happens when I can't hear myself. Know what happens when the audio sounds like shit. Know what happens when someone gets drunk. Know what happens when. And so I'm putting in the performance hours, but I haven't wanted to focus on the album because the album wasn't ready. You know what I mean? And so now that it's ready, it's like, okay, like I'm going to use this small group of people who really love the podcast and listen every week. Here's this fucking music, you cocks, like content, like, and vice versa. Use them to promote each other.
Yeah.
So,
how do you go about finding people to come on, or deciding what type of people you want to come on?
I want to have like interesting people, mostly. As we talked about before, sometimes if you don't know the person, it can be sometimes like pulling teeth. But I've also been way pleasantly surprised by like having somebody on and being like, "Oh, we gel
learn
so
a lot
well
of interesting shit."
Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes a lot of times it's just friends and coworkers in music, and friends and coworkers in I mean, that's the thing about what I do musically is that I've gotten to perform for, drag events and volunteer for the gay community. I've gotten to perform with rappers. I've gotten to perform because of some of my songs are funny. Comedians want me on their stand-up show. I'm pulling from all these different directions, and then also reached out specifically to a couple of different people who I knew were conservative, who didn't fit necessarily in the bounds of things, and be like, okay, here, do you want to be on this platform? Here's an episode. Remember, I talk about eating ass and shit like that too. But like, so there's only been a couple of people who are like, okay, we keep it clean, but mostly it's no holds barred, and then I've had a couple of those conservatives recommend to other conservatives and vice versa, so and then I've also had a couple of people, one I'll share after the episode. I've talked about this a couple of times, but a black rapper hit me up like a month ago. He was like, hey, I really like your stuff, but I can't publicly support you because I'll get canceled. Which no one's really canceled me. There's been a couple of like
people get pissed.
Cunts. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, absolutely.
Or like an email or in the comments. Or
mostly some
DMs?
comments. Yeah, a few DMs
sliding in your DMs.
Oh yeah, I had a guy, really nice person. Let me rephrase that. He's not a cunt. by a really nice person who I've done music with, and been a part of music with. Hit me up when I reached out to this guy who was a Proud Boy. You remember? You've heard of the Proud Boys?
Yeah.
So I reached out to a guy who was a member of the Proud Boys, and it took me a minute to like convince them I'm not Antifa. I'm not gonna I'll get you snacks. Like they're not gonna be poisoned. Like come on the show. I just want to hear from somebody, because what opened me up to that idea of libertarian and conservative ideas was everybody on Facebook saying Milo Yiannopoulos is the devil, he's Satan, he's blah blah, anti and Nazi. I was like, you know what? Let me scratch this. Let me see if he's actually. And I'm like, no, he's garish. He's over the top. He's I don't agree with everything he says, but no, he's just a fucking speaker. He's a comedian. You know what I mean? And he's fucking Jewish. He's not a fucking Nazi. But anyway, so I wanted to reach out to people who didn't fit in those bounds, so I could be like, okay, are the Proud Boys really white supremacists? Because I hear that all the time. Why Proud Boy, white supremacist? The Proud Boy that I had on is fucking Mexican. So, no is the goddamn answer. But when I was bringing him on, I had this one guy I've done music with, broken bread with. He flew me out to fucking Arizona to perform at his goddamn wedding a year earlier. But when I was like, hey, I'm gonna have this Proud Boy on the show, and I knew I was being, controversial. I knew I was poking the bear a little bit, a lot, because I like to do it. Sorry, but but then he was like, how could you have a platform for this white supremacy? I'm like, just listen to the episode. That was my main thing. All of the time when someone attacks me, just listen to the episode, because I fucking guarantee there's going to be one goddamn thing you listen to that you agree with, or at least you won't see him as Satan incarnate. You know what I mean? He's not a fucking white supremacist. The motherfucker's Mexican. You know what I mean? So listen to the fucking episode. Not only did he not listen to the episode, he's blocked me on all things. And I performed at his goddamn wedding. And not just that, I had him and another rapper tell me in DMs, me and some other rappers are talking. We're talking, man, Pete used to be cool. How about go fuck yourself? I'm the same fucking person who we would go and do shows together. You think because I've had a fucking a guy on my show that makes me less cool than I am now? I'm actually more myself than you're willing to be. Yeah. Because you don't have a fucking podcast. You're not expounding on these ideas and finding nuance and context. You're a fucking coward hiding behind a fucking beat maker. Oh, this is my only artistic output. How about fuck you? How about I'm opening the kimono. What is it? Can I open the kimono with you? What is that? I think that was The Office. Michael, can I open the kimono with you? I'm exposing myself. Yeah. I'm risking some high quality shit because I know I'm good artist.
But you expose yourself to your platform to all sorts of different ideas and characters.
Absolutely, I've had liberal people on. I've had. There's only been twice I've talked about it. There's only been twice on the show where I had somebody who said something that I really genuinely disagreed with and found we could kind of disagree with that. But also, I'm not gonna attack somebody. You came out to my studio, or I came out to you. You're taking time out of your busy day to sit down and talk about yourself and your opinions and ideas.
And it's not really the role of you as someone having the conversation with them to be passing judgment. It's you let the listeners pass their judgment.
Absolutely.
You're just presenting information. You're presenting some sort of dialogue.
And even if you do disagree, being informed about the other side's opinion,
exactly,
and where they're coming from, I find generally helps you have a more well-rounded kind of worldview or whatever.
Right. If I just assume that the other side, which I believe the far left is doing and the far right, assume that the other side is bad intentioned, we can't have a conversation. That's where we're at right now. Everyone on the far left thinks that the right is just evil and fucking racist and blah, blah, and everything. Everyone on the far right is, these fucking snowflakes, these kids don't know, get off my lawn type of shit. Both sides, incorrect versions, maybe, sometimes, but most of the time, everybody I've sat down with, whether they be a far right, guy who thinks that there was a guy who thinks that homosexuality is a choice, and then I've also had a far left liberal comedian, a former female comedian, who said that rape jokes are okay unless you're a white male comic. Both of those things I wildly disagree with, but most people are kind of just super libertarian. When you sit them down and you take them off of social media, take them off of the 140 characters or 280 or whatever.
I find on the basics, a lot of people are generally on the same page with how you should treat people and walk down the street in everyday life or whatever.
Get married to whoever you want. but also I kind of like guns. You know what I mean? Like there's there's middle ground to shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like gays and guns. That's what one of the ways. So it was a risk of mine, and I lost some acquaintances and some but it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, should we take a brief break?
Yeah, let's do it.
One thing that I do want to do, though, before we take our brief break, I want to talk about, do you know about Sonos, Riddle? The sound company Sonos? The speaker company Sonos?
A little bit, yes, I do.
Yes.
You mean Sonos, the sound company?
I
the speaker
do
company?
mean...
The very
Sonos?
one.
Yes.
Sonos?
Wow,
Yeah.
I think I've heard of the sound company Sonos. Yes, continue.
I think I heard they make speakers, right?
They do.
Sonos?
And they're a sound company.
They are a sound
Sweet.
company,
Okay.
Fantastic.
but they're not just a little like take to the park speaker kind of thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
They could also do a larger room in your house, or 2 rooms.
Nice.
Or if you wanted the same thing playing in 3 rooms simultaneously, or more.
Now you're just
OMG.
teasing. Now you're just teasing.
It's a real thing.
What about 4 rooms?
Can you
think
do 4
Sonos, the
rooms?
sound company, could install 4 rooms?
Sonos,
worth
the
of
speaker company. I'm sorry.
Speaker
Riddle.
company. Right. Now we're a speaker company.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think they could do 5 rooms?
I wonder how the dudes at the top of Sonos wish to be identified.
Right. Yeah,
Are they scientists?
Yeah,
Are
let's
they
not.
engineers? Are they sound engineers?
I'm gonna shut my mouth.
5 rooms, though. Is that the limit?
If you got more than 5 rooms, you might be able to take a step up
Nice.
to something a little more customized than Sonos. But if you're a regular schmo like us, and you
Right.
want your house to have some good sound and you're not, home studio extraordinaire, you could get a Sonos speaker, and they sound dope, and they're portable if you want them to be, stationary if you want them to be, as big or small as you want. And if you go to studymusicgroup.com/podcast, you can just click on the nice little Sonos infographic we got going there, and then it'll take you to the place to learn more. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so we're gonna go into a break, and then we'll come back with shit, the most controversial and shocking shit you've ever heard.
I know. I'm gonna piss live on the podcast.
All right. I've heard you say before that, fuck what kind of gear it is for the most part until you really get to a level of talent or knowing how to use said gear.
I guess I'm not at that level. No, I honestly have no idea. I know I just bought a new Yamaha acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
I did not use that to record the album with. I actually used one of Gowan's guitars. But, yeah, I had this old Yamaha that I had for years. I put in an aftermarket pickup. It was dog shit. I put it was $50 at Guitar Center.
Yeah.
But it was it could only pick up really the highs. It never really picked up like the full gamut because it was an aftermarket pickup.
So during your process, you're just strumming on a guitar or walking down the street and thinking of lyrics in your head,
Yeah, I think so.
and then you
Sometimes
Play it
it's
out
lyrics
first?
Sometimes it's lyrics first. But often what my process is I will practice something. I will just start digging around the guitar. I will find something I like. I will write a melody for it in my head and maybe even a harmony with no lyrics. And then I will stay in my phone recordings for years with nothing done. And then I'll move on and record something else a couple of days later. But so squeezing these 9 songs out, I think the oldest one is back probably from 2011, I think. Simple Girl, the first song on the album. And the newest one is from about a year ago. But, I sometimes I come with concept first, with just me wanting to rant about something or me wanting to talk about something. I think...
So with other instruments, though, that aren't the guitar or your voice, how are you conceptualizing that or getting those down on paper before you get into, the full board recording studio?
Well, obviously I needed to...
Or is it just all in your head until then?
No, mostly it's me with my guitar singing it, and having an idea of what the drums will sound like, having an idea of what the keyboards, having an idea of what the bass, whatever. a lot of that I was definitely controlling in a good way with that, about like, nah, I want it to be whatever. But having Gowan's expertise on it was really helpful, because I didn't, as an example, that same thing with the Hater song about horns. I had no concept of what that would sound like.
How many of the songs changed like drastically for the studio recorded version than compared to how you've been playing them out? Because I know sometimes you just play them acoustic or whatever.
Most of the time, yeah. I very rarely play with a band. Mostly, the reason why is because I was sick of, like I said, when I was sick of going like, oh, I'm going to go meet with this band that I met on Craigslist. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And now I have 3 other people's schedules, 3 other people's
the band life
drama.
Is tough.
Band life is bullshit.
That's right. That was my background. I came band before doing the producing thing. I should.
Yeah. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go with my guitar, do it myself. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's been helpful, but it also has been a hindrance in that now it's 7 years into performing and really giving music my full ass attention. I'm still learning how to perform with a band. Yeah. I did my first rehearsal a few days ago, and I was like, I think this sounds right. I wasn't. I don't know. So I'm still new at a lot of that shit.
So do you find the songs evolve more as you play them out on stage, or once you get into the recording area?
As I play them on stage. Yeah. Once I get into the recording, I have a good idea. And as far as my voice, there was only one song, by the way, and I've talked about this on the show. There was one song, the last song on the album, called My Old Man, which is, funny enough, is about fear. And I was a little too goddamn petrified to make the lyrics. So I had written lyrics about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, and lost the lyrics, and was like, I knew I wanted the song to be on there. So I tracked guitar, bass, drums, and that sat while we finalized the rest of the 8 songs for like fucking 9 months. I didn't even have written lyrics, and I go, oh, yeah, I gotta write lyrics. And literally what I had to do, and I had to do this a couple of times with rappers as well, is I texted Gowan, because I knew we had a studio day, and I knew it was coming time. So I was like, I'm gonna have the lyrics ready by tomorrow. And I was like, okay, now I have to, okay, forcing myself to do it. And it came out great. I love it to death. But sometimes I had to do that, because for me, to be real, genuinely honest, I have a hard time with being afraid of failure and being afraid of like success, because then I'll lose the success. Or what if I move to New York and I sacrifice this whole thing, and it turns out I don't fucking want to be there, or it turns out I suck, and it turns out like all this stuff, right? And so it's way easier to just not do anything and watch Netflix and eat pizza. You know what I mean? Like it's just way easier to zone out with my shit and then risk things. So, it's still a muscle I'm practicing, getting better at it, but
gotta set those deadlines.
Yeah, it really helped me.
When you went to record this, were you doing it like an instrument at a time?
Recording?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not moving.
No, it is.
Oh, never mind.
Those are big bars. When you went to record this album, did you do it mostly like an instrument at a time with the producer? Did you have a band in there? Were you tracking drums live? Were they...
So the drummer, Kyle Caprista, fucking amazing drummer. He came in, for maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days total, and it was just like, here's what I want to do. We have the bass, we have the guitar, we have sometimes vocals. This is what I want to, he's just taking notes. Okay, cool. And he's just assassin.
So you tracked all the rest of the stuff first?
All separately, yeah.
Interesting. So was that all just over a click, or like just by feel?
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, played guitar with a click, and then often put the melody and lyrics down, and then afterwards built on top of that.
That's cool. That's kind of the reverse direction of how it's like often goes down in the studio, where it's like you'll get the raw tracks of like the drummer playing with a bunch of rhythm tracks, and then subsequently layered on top with like the higher melodic content coming last. But I like it because it really builds from like the foundation of the guitar and the voice, which is like how you perform and
how the foundation
at the core
has been
of the music, right?
Yeah,
so.
For at least 8 of those songs. Only that last song is kind of. Actually, there was "Mary Ate My Sandwich" is another song on the album. It sounds very strange. It is, and that one I think I literally woke up in the middle in the morning and had this like melody stuck in my head, and I was like, I like walk with my face still in the pillow or on the mattress, just like press record on my phone and just be like, and I like wrote the lyrics in 10 minutes, you know what I mean? And like I love them, but it just came out. Okay, done. You know, and I haven't had to change anything with it really. But most of the time, it's like melody, lyrics, or melody and guitar, and throw the rest away, or not play anything. So it's been hard for me to. I think honestly, that's part of the reason why I started the podcast, is like I not only feel confined with that verse, but I also have felt confined with myself because I start so many songs and then they don't go anywhere and they just stay in my phone recordings.
Well, so you know how they kind of say you've been working on your first record your entire life.
Yeah.
So now that you've put together your collection, that you feel like this is your stamp of how you want to, boom, this is my jump off point.
Yeah.
What do you feel like your productivity level is going to be like forthgoing with like musical content?
Yeah, I'm ready to get rid of these fucking songs. I'm sorry. I don't know if this is everyone's experience, but I am fucking sick of these 9 songs. I love them. I'm very happy with what I did. I'm very happy with the drummer and the horn player and the cellist and all this stuff. I really, really, really like the album. And it's the best. It's the best representation of like, okay, here's this weird, poppy, creepy, soaring, beautiful album, because it has literally all aspects. People say it's Jack Black meets Jeff Buckley, so like that mashup of like vulgar funny meets soaring lilty, all of that stuff. I have flamenco on the fucking song, I have metal on the song, I have lounge on the song, or on the album. Like it's a lot of different genres, and it's just like, okay, here's this package. But now I've been doing this for fucking a long time, and I've been over and over and over listening and tweaking and listening and tweaking and listening for 2 goddamn years.
I'm ready. Like the back of your hand,
yeah. I'm sure it's different for hip hop because you have, obviously you have.
When you're at the helm of a project, though, you could work on it theoretically forever. I just feel like it's never done.
Yep.
You just have to finish it or like put the stamp on it, and it's time for it to become the people's or whatever.
Right. Gowan was really good with that too, because and I'm better than when I first was like going and recording hooks. I'd be like, I could do a better job. Let me record again. I'm better with that. But working with a frontman's ego is something that is not always, you know what I mean? And I'm not as sensitive, like I have my own spiritual life and practices. Like I'm not I'm not gonna, break a mirror and say, I suck, But to be able to say like, no, I think it's really done, like, or maybe you could give it another track and let me be, give it another try and know when to like push me and know when to, it takes a fucking skilled hand, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I find it extremely difficult to put the final stamp on things. Mm-hmm. Like I spent over 2 years on the last one, the Good News that Poe and I put out.
Yeah. I was on that.
Yeah, and I had been working on it for a long time, and you were one of the last things that I felt like, okay, it still needs something, but I don't know what. I was kind of stuck in that kind of rut, And then, okay, I'm going to call up this guy. I think he's the answer. He might be the cherry on top. And then, working on a follow-up to that was off and on. We've been kind of tinkering away for a long time, but I just feel like I could go on forever. It's like
you and Lou and all the like everybody.
Yeah, like made a full album worth of beats that could be maybe the beginnings of another record that sounds like that. Or should we go in a totally different direction sonically, or like
One thing I've noticed about you is that you're very good when it comes to that online presence of resharing things.
Yeah.
Which is something I'm not used to. Of like, I have to, even though I post about the event, I have to invite people. Like I have to you have to be consistent. Like, no, because it's not like people don't want to hear it. They just go, oh yeah, that'll be fun to listen to later while, but I'm at work right now. I'm on this shit.
Remind them every day.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like everything that you put out in this day and age is an ongoing project. It's not dead at the end of the 6-month album cycle like it used to work, you know what I mean? People don't really like cut an album, put it out, then do a tour or two and it's over. It's kind of like all of these pieces. I don't know, you could almost kind of look at it as like painter's art tours around forever, and just because it came out more than X amount of time ago doesn't make it like you disregard its artistic merit, I guess. And I feel like
especially when you're not when you're not super famous, for lack of a better way of putting it.
Right.
You know, there's always more people to hear the music. There's always more people to expose it to.
Right.
You know, it's like it's always
and
new
even
ears.
if whatever you think is your most successful piece or your benchmark or whatever, that's still the amount of people that have witnessed that piece of art so far is such a minuscule percentage of the listening population of planet Earth, which is really your audience is planet Earth nowadays. I mean, to save North Korea, you're trying to get everywhere.
Right. Yeah, and there's a lot to be said for consistency, but also, one of the things that I've had to realize with the podcast and the album, or whatever, is don't get married to not just the likes, but also don't get married to, okay, this is going to be the post. This is going to be the album. This is going to be the thing. It's like, no, do your best, but like you said, at a certain point, pull the fucking trigger and move on to the next post. Move on to the next album. Move on to the next, you know what I mean? Like, keep sharing it, keep whatever.
It does. It gets kind of tiring, though, like, because you have to come with so much content. You have to come with some side of content today, but tomorrow's has to be different. But you still have to put something, and it has to be different than the next day, because you got to do something damn near almost every day.
Or especially with putting money on ads.
Yeah.
These fucking companies have the worst.
But you got to do it, and then once you start doing it, not doing it doesn't work the same as it did before you started giving them money or whatever. Right.
It's a weird life,
full-time job. You got to be a marketing person now too, and you know.
But the other option is to not do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's still better than, even though you end up pulling your hair out sometimes, it's still better than a lot of the jobs that you could be doing. You know what I mean?
Right. And at least I get to work with,
not wealthy,
right. And at least I get to work with good people. Jefferson Berge, who's opening the show, is a guy I didn't know. So, like, I don't know if you've heard some of my originals or whatever. My originals are different than a lot of people with guitars, which part of the reason why I'm going to New York is that a lot of people out here wear winter hats in July and sing about, a girl or sing about world peace. And I'm just like, yeah, fuck you. Like, you fucking schlock. Number one and number two, you're dishonest. Go away. But... and also, they're not as good as me. But also, I'm vulgar and kind of funny and have a stage presence that's different than a lot of people who sing, plays at shows at Berkeley house parties. No offense, kind of offense. But when I ran into Jefferson, he was another guy who was like, oh, wow, he's writing weird, different, funny shit. And so we only met maybe 6 months ago. He's already been on my podcast 3 fucking times, and he's going to come on the next one, the 100th episode. Like, I love this motherfucker. And the fact that we didn't meet each other after grinding in the Bay Area for so long is weird, but now it's just like, I really feel like you, Jefferson Berge, Animal, who's this electronic artist who lives in LA now. There are a couple of these people that you make inroads with, and you spend time with and you make music with sometimes, where it's like, okay, well, you know what? If I make it, I'm pulling these other motherfuckers. And if you make it, like, you're pulling me up.
Yeah.
Like, I find the certain people that I'm like, okay, this is a real motherfucker. Like, there's a bunch of, like, meh, and there's a bunch of, but this one's a real motherfucker. Like, content-wise, gives a fuck, and he's not a pain in the ass to work with. Yay! You know what I mean? Because sometimes it's like, oh, he's a great rapper. Yeah. I don't want to. He's late. Yeah. He fucking doesn't hang out to the next set. He doesn't give any shine to anybody else, or his, whatever. Or he's all promotion and zero fucking talent. So it's just like having somebody who's both is like, all right. Let's keep moving forward. It gives me hope, honestly. Yeah. It's like, okay, let's keep moving forward, and whichever one of us makes it, we'll pull the other one up. You know what I mean? Which is, it's not like I'm pulling him up. He's a fucking, great artist. But I'm just grateful I get to work with the people I've gotten to work with over the years, and I hope that in New York, one of the things as far as the future artistic output, one of the things I'm looking forward to is, okay, performing these songs, but also I have so many, fucking music school bassists who are blow every motherfucker out of in the Bay Area out of the water. I'm gonna grab one of those motherfuckers. I'm gonna grab you know what my favorite drummer is? I talk about this all the time. Animal from the Muppets. You know what I mean? Because he's just happier and shit to be drumming on shit. Like a drummer, one of the things about drummers is less ego and more just like, yay! You know, like there are amazing drummers who are happy to play for Britney Spears. Because they're just, yay! You know what I mean? Like I wanted a fucking assassin who I could just pick up, okay, here's what I want you to play. Yay! You know, it's just like, okay, I have this guy and he's not like giant amount of studio money. He's just like, you know, I want to be able to grab these people and we all make this symbiotic band that also inspires each other. You know what I mean? I want to. It's been me with my guitar writing and having that be the springboard. I want to be able to like, okay, what do you collaborate more, or at least, you know, I mean, I want to make metal. I want to make fucking everything. I want to make shit.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Are you gonna try and play out or tour at all with the lineup that's playing your release party?
No, unfortunately.
So you're gonna be just playing in New York solo acoustic to promote the album?
For now, yeah. I mean, things you guys know, I don't have a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I want to get a solid base and foundation. But the other thing about New York is not just there's more musical opportunity. I am a podcaster and I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
And there are a lot, that's comedy central.
You're going to meet people.
You know what I mean? That and
real quick.
LA would be the place to be. And I've already been on podcasts in New York who I'm like, oh, wow, I get to be on this. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, you know, I get to meet, you know, fucking Bob Kelly, or I get to meet these other, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
one of the things that, you know, stop talking. I really ranted too much. I apologize. You know? But, like, if I could sit at a table with Colin Quinn and just have him make fun of me, like, I'm good. I made it. You know what I mean? Like, if I could just be at a table with comedians and, like, be able to support myself financially with my art and have it grow while I'm...
Yeah, you got to start hanging at the Comedy Cellar, man.
Yeah, stalker mode. Fucking full stalker mode. Absolutely. Because I have little pride, and number two, I have the talent in order to back it up.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I'm also happy to, you know, closed mouth doesn't get fed. I'm happy to fucking open my stupid mouth. You know what I mean, and be like, yeah, here's this. You know, I don't want to be a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna really stalk, but like to be on a podcast that might pass over the ears of Colin Quinn or somebody and be like, hey, okay, this guy's funny, but also. Oh, he does his music thing too. So
Yeah.
I have my own. I know where I fit in the Super Friends. You know what I mean? I'm not Aquaman, and I'm not. You know, I'm not Superman. I'm like, you know, I know. Well,
which is important.
I'm Superman, but you know, but yeah, exactly. And just anyway, I'll shut up. Sorry. Did I hope I didn't like. You know, I don't know. Sorry.
Well,
Well, all right, now.
Yeah, just put say another buzzword, and I'll just go. Well, here's what I think about that. Also, I'll just pepper in a lot of good shit about myself. Sorry.
yeah, no, I think we got the general logistics.
Yeah.
The wasabi.
Yeah, dude.
The last thing I want to talk about is wasabi. Just no.
Like,
You don't
the
like
last thing
wasabi?
you want to talk about, or the last thing for this episode?
The last
you'd like to talk about?
random thing that I would like to bring to the
You
forefront.
don't like wasabi.
I do not
What?
generally like wasabi.
What the fuck is
on
wrong
the
with
last
you?
episode,
You don't like memes
I
either.
voted no on memes.
No on memes.
Yeah, see, right? This
What are you?
is pretty
Fucking,
much-
what are you?
I'm not
2012?
anti memes.
Okay,
you
some
say
memes-
I just
you
don't-
might be anti-meme.
I just don't.
All right. You know what? Let's
You're
make
an
it
anti-memer.
Let's make
So
it.
I'm
a-
gonna eat one of these wasabi things, and I'm just gonna tell you if I still disagree with wasabi. If you're just listening, it's a roasted seaweed snack, the ones from Trader Joe's.
Some AMSR, ASMR.
Love the ASMR.
It's spicy, but I would say the seaweed kind of.
Is it real wasabi?
No, it's like
Okay, no.
powder,
No.
some powder shit. Let's make this a real fucking
Like you go out to
conservative
sushi,
episode, though.
you go out to sushi. Do you put the wasabi in your soy sauce, or like dip your shit in wasabi?
I like absolutely. I put wasabi. I want wasabi. Here's the way I
It
like wasabi.
overtakes all the
I
other
like
flavors.
I like it just a little too much. I want it to like spread to the back of my head to the point where I think I'm gonna die, and then it subside. Like I love that rush.
So, but if you like to eat that amount of wasabi in a bite of Japanese food, what is the point of the flavors in whatever else you ordered?
It adds to the flavor.
It's kind of designed to go with the flavor. I mean, that's why they serve it with.
Or let's
Japanese food.
really make this a conservative episode, though. Here's a random question: do you eat ass?
When it feels right.
Okay, thank you.
Appropriate situation.
Appropriate situation. Okay, listen. If the right girl,
it's 2019.
at the right time. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. There are some
Of
men out there
course.
who have come on my fucking show. They're like,
But here's the thing.
that's where poop comes out. No, motherfucker. Yeah, but discharge comes out of the pussy. Like I still eat that shit. Like if it's clean, it's clean. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I mean, I might be a little more
recommend
I
doing
might be
that
a
kind of
little
thing to
more,
the person that you just meet at a bar or on the street.
No, exactly.
Or whatever.
No, I'm down with that. I'm
Maybe
down
a
with
little
that.
more discretion than
absolutely.
than other
hose
fun
her off a
activities.
little bit. It's not a big deal. But like, if the fucking time's right,
I'm
there's
not
no,
going straight
if there's
for
no
the ass,
hair on it. You know what I mean? There was only
Why
one girl
is
I went
that the
straight
most
for the ass.
popular podcast question these days?
Because
on all podcasts.
Oh really? Oh, I thought
Why?
it was original.
Yes.
Damn it. No, okay.
I mean, it's a hot button topic in our country, in our culture in general.
It's a hot calamari ring topic.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's kind of like it's a dude
so
check.
Eye-opening.
It's
Oh
a
my
ball
God,
check. No, but
what?
here's what it is. It's a ball check because sometimes dudes, I like ball checking motherfuckers, and motherfuckers, are some stupid shit like don't like wasabi or something. Like that's something I need to know. Okay, so we can move forward or not. In our musical relationship. You know what I mean? Like if a guy doesn't eat ass, I'm like,
that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be his wingman.
But what does that
for a girl.
say? What does
I'm
that
not gonna
say
feel sorry
about
for this girl.
Because you
Hey,
know
baby,
she's not going to get her ass eaten.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What does that say
How
about
could you do that
wasabi
to
if
her?
some people would rather eat ass than wasabi?
He sounds like he has an opinion. Listen. I take all comers. Okay.
Does Hamza need a microphone?
Well,
Hamza hasn't made
ass?
his debut yet on the podcast.
Thank you very much. And wasabi too?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Man,
You got to.
I live on the edge, man.
I mean, I'd say
Live on the ring.
on the ring, on the edge of the ring.
Love.
What about
burning
mixing
thing.
wasabi and ass?
I could do that. A little
The
soy sauce
mixture
on
was-
it.
I think
I'm
that
not sure the
would be
butthole
pleasant
would
for
like
her.
that too much.
Yeah.
That would be a great, like a way to break up with a girl. Is just like put some wasabi on her ass and run out the door.
There is a thing that people are into. I think it's called figging.
Oh, whoa,
With the ginger.
right. Ooh.
Peel
Have
the
you ever
ginger.
heard of sounding though? Sounding is
yes, unpleasantness as far as I.
Have you tried it?
No.
I haven't tried it, but you put one of those tuning forks in the pee hole in the urethra,
God.
Like a
and
metal rod.
a metal
of some
rod, and
sort,
you
yeah.
ding, and apparently it's supposed to
crossing
feel
my
very
line.
good.
Oh, interesting. I've never heard of this with the.
Hamza's over
You would be
here.
a great neighbor on a sitcom. Just be like, y'all don't need ass.
I've never heard of it with the tuning fork. I've only.
Well, I thought that's
this
the noise.
is a thing that I like stumbled across.
I don't
in
believe
the
that's a
depths
real.
of Reddit.
I don't
You know,
believe it's a
I
real
don't know if
thing.
you read it.
No. If there are some men who have split open their urethra almost like
no,
a hot
no,
dog,
no.
so that they could like feel the.
I
Well,
don't
I know
believe that
there's a
this is
thing.
a thing
No,
that
well-
people like, but I have been told in 2019, if you can think it, there's
Absolutely.
somebody that gets off.
Oh,
on it.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think that's like a given rule of the world now, right?
I mean, women
When
fuck
do you
me.
think?
So
when
like,
do
I
you
don't-
think somebody big? Okay, it's like we're seeing all these people go down for like young women, underage
Right.
women that didn't have permission to touch me that way. When do you think that somebody big is gonna go down for something really raunchy?
Who? Okay,
Or do you think that Jeffrey Epstein is
is
dead
fucking
because it was
children
about
not
to happen?
raunchy?
I think that's what it is. Who? I
You think it was more serious than just like, oh, this rich person was over here having sex with some girl that's like arguably
No,
around
that's
the
why they
age of
killed him.
18?
Nah, dude. They absolutely killed him.
You think it's like somebody
Most-
was over
more
here
important-
like ball and gag and like this thing and that crazy thing?
Probably
And
got photos
like,
of
More
or
important,
something.
and then I do have to stop. But more important, name a guy or a star who you think would be. Like, it would be awesome if he got taken down for, like, being caught as figging. You know what I mean? Like, or being, like, into sounding. I say Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks splitting open his urethra so he could feel the little, like, tentacles. That would be
He does
interesting.
have a certain like grandfatherly vibe these days.
Yeah.
you know, maybe like
Fred
a
Rogers type.
Morgan.
I could see
Freeman or
Kevin
something,
Spacey doing
too.
that though. I wouldn't really be that surprised.
Yeah, but who would surprise you? Who
Yeah.
would be, like, you know...
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood probably gets his ass eaten. I would
Yeah.
say that for sure.
Yeah.
Still
looks like a
his
mop.
wrinkly old 90-year-old
It looks
ass.
like a mop. It looks like a old janitor.
Do you think
floor.
when you're one of the all-time greats in your field, you're getting busy until the day you croak?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I
There's
do.
there's
Clint
like, for
Eastwood is
someone
at
like
saggy skin
Yes, but there's
level,
a
though.
constant
He is over
influx.
90.
Hefner.
There's a constant influx of new film students every year.
That some fucking
You
some
think Hugh Hefner was
19-year-old
really getting busy?
Some 19-year-old just saw Flags of Our Fathers, of course, man.
Yeah.
Some fucking 20-year-old blonde bitch just saw fucking Gran Torino. She's
Yeah.
gonna eat that ass.
Yeah.
I bet with,
That's a
with
story. I
all
mean, that's a-
20 of his girlfriends simultaneously,
Yeah,
Hugh
dude.
Hefner probably couldn't get a fucking Woody.
No, he probably. All right, I gotta
On that
I gotta
note,
piss
yeah.
and I gotta
That's
go.
a great note to end on.
Ladies and gentlemen, September 13th, Brick Mortar Music Hall. Buy your
yeah.
tickets now at Ticket Web.
When can we get it digitally if we're not in San Francisco to come experience it in the flesh?
I already released it, so by the time this comes out, it's good to go. If you wanted to, I think it takes about a week or two to show up on iTunes, a week or two to show up on Spotify, whatever.
So we're talking
Just
about September.
Buy it. Yeah, we're talking about September. Buy it, you motherfuckers. It's Peter Feliciano. Just search it. You'll find me.
Will we be seeing it on physical formats?
Yes.
What formats are those?
CD Baby, just CD.
Really?
Yeah, because vinyl...
We should talk about a vinyl situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, the marketing genius.
We got the hookup. We got
I actually did have one person say...
Are you going to have like a
Vinyl.
wearables or any other sort of like accessory, like merchandise?
Well, I definitely owe some T-shirts to some GoFundMe people.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's I'm still looking into a lot of that because I have a very weird face and it works for wearable things.
Cool.
But I also need to work on obviously. The podcast stuff too. Also, you can find this podcast at Patreon or support it at patreon.com/conservatish. Also goes to all my musical things and whatever. And what else? Instagram is Peter_Feliciano, FELICIANO. Oh, and you can Venmo me if you want to because Daddy's broke at Peter-Feliciano. September 13th, Brick and Mortar. Go, you fuckers.
All right, so on our side of things,
gonna piss
Riddle,
while you
you have an album EP project, part of a series about to come out at the end of the month?
It was at one point an album, and then I decided, it's funny, I was thinking about this when we were talking about finishing projects. You know, I was like, one of the upsides, I did decide to split the album into a couple of EPs. One of the upsides of that was having much smaller chunks of things to actually finish, spread out along. So this first one is kind of the first installment of, it should be maybe 3 EPs coming out in the next 2 or 3 months. Trying to just kind of get them out there, So,
shout out to the couple of people that have been pre-ordering it. Seeing you guys trickle in slowly but surely.
Thank you kindly. It's much appreciated. So that's coming out late Friday, early Saturday, stroke of midnight. And I'm excited about it. It's good. I got some cool features from some instrumentalist friends. It's not very heavy on the samples. It's kind of a departure from some of the other stuff.
Would you say you were like working on like developing your like I don't know, like I guess it kind of has like soul and like jazz like inspiration in the sound of it. Were you kind of working on your like jazziness?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is like I came up initially as a instrumentalist, as a jazz musician. That was always kind of my thing. A lot of world music, a lot of jazz, a lot of like things born of jazz, and that's kind of what got me into hip hop initially. Was more on the sort of like old school jazz inspired hip hop side of things, and so I think this is kind of just like sort of a natural progression from there, where it's like, okay, I've been making beats for the rap guys for a long time, and the samples aren't doing what I want them to do, and the instrumentalist musician side of me is always pulling against like, oh, this is a cool sample, but I really need that note to go there to hit the harmony, and so it, or for whatever to work in the context of the key or the chord changes, and so I found over time that there was just like, wait, like I can just play all of these instruments myself. Like I really don't need to be like digging through crates for samples. Though I love that aesthetic and still do some of that from time to time, it's been rewarding to kind of just like sit down and hammer it all out. It's been a very big learning experience too, because it's like I can play all the instruments, but I'm not much of a piano player, beyond as much as most instrumentalists are. So that was probably like the biggest like learning curve for it. This first installment is very moody. It's some moody shit. It's like all
right,
should be fun. I like it. The things kind of get more upbeat from there, but
So a good way to support our side of things is to go to studymusicgroup.com/riddle and pre-order that Sphinx of Black Quartz EP. Please. You can also preview a little something and get an early track if you choose to purchase. And while you're at studymusicgroup.com/podcast, you might see a little graphic for Mountain Lion Delivery if you're of the marijuana smoking community. They're the fastest and most quality way to get your goodies all around the East Bay, Oakland area. And you know what I mean?
It's like having your weed guy back again.
It is, only it's not like he's stoned and delaying all day.
Yeah.
They're
it's like having your weed, it's like having that like mythical weed guy.
You don't have to play video games with him, right?
Exactly. You don't have to like take his word for it.
It's really like the unicorn of weed guys because they don't smoke the weed. I mean, they do, but it doesn't affect anything about their delivery business services. So they got everything that you need. And so check out mountainliondelivery.com, place an order, check them out. And when you get to checkout, you can use the code STUDY, and they will know that we sent you that way. You're going to get 15% off your order, and they support the podcast a little bit and a little more depending on how many of you motherfuckers go out there and make an order, goddammit. So just get more stoned, smoke more weed.
And then listen to the new Riddle album, which is experienced
It'll
greatly.
be better if you're stoned. I'm not going to lie.
You know how it sounds great,
maybe
too?
Not.
I heard it really sounds good through Sonos speakers.
I think that is probably accurate. Sonos, the speaker company. 3
Sonos speakers.
At least 3.
In a room.
So anyways, studymusicgroup.com/podcast is where you can subscribe on our end. Find Riddle on Instagram at Riddle Music.
At Riddle Music.
Find me on Instagram at CTZN Official, CTZN. And Pete on Instagram.
Peter_Feliciano. And you can, wherever you're listening to this right now, as far as on my end, on the conservative side, make sure you subscribe. You can find us on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, everywhere. And make sure you leave a review and rate.
Oh, that's right. I forgot to start getting on motherfuckers about.
Don't forget to mash that like button.
Mash that subscribe.
I have sponsors. Well, fucking rate and subscribe.
We need you guys to get fucking ninja with it and start throwing some stars at us. I need 5 stars, 4 stars. If you think we suck, 2 stars maybe.
Never 1 star though.
Not 1 star.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah. You can't kill it with just 1 star. You need to be throwing stars multiple.
I mean, they got Peter Feliciano. Like, of course they're gonna be, good.
They got you with the 1 star.
You know what? I take my wasabi seaweed back.
All right, so throw some stars. Subscribe to both sides of the podcasts here. It's been an amazing team up.
Yes, sir.
Crossover.
This has been fun.
Hopefully we can do it again sometime in the future. The next time you get around to releasing something else or doing some shows or something around here.
Yeah.
Would love to team back up.
Of course. Can't wait for the show.
All right. Well, everybody cop the Pete Feliciano album. Go to the release party. Have a nice life.
Bye.
We love you.
Speak for yourself.
I laid in the bed last night. I had a dream that touched me deep down inside. Oh, yes, I did. Oh. I feel like I want to tell the whole world about it.
In the name of charity and goodwill, it is you, my friend, who I've been sent here to kill. You're lost on a dark road, I journey with the righteous. Ezekiel himself, he couldn't see it ending like this. Band of brothers and we're moving through the trenches. Retreat to higher ground, you cannot win the fight against this. Shine my light through the valley of the darkness, beset on all sides by the tyrannical and tarnished souls. But blessed is he who shepherd the weak. Believe it, chapter 25, that's verse 17. So there you go, Schmo, hit him with the holy water, boiling hot. We got the joints to go and wake your daughter up so she can appreciate this. 4 walking examples of exactly just what great is. So pack the peace pipe and pass it to the left. You're past your peak like no tracking technique. You must be
down. The righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish. Blessed is he who in the name of charity will go shepherd weak through the valley of darkness. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and fury. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Black suit, black tie with
the magnum to match. Bad motherfucker on the wall, let's step back. We represent, let lead dispense. So get crazy, get checked like Zed. Now Zed's dead, baby. Give me some tasty beverage to wash this down. Hop up on the chopper, I'm out across town. Tell me, do I stutter when we busting out the thesis? I'm waiting. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? The whole royale with cheese with these henchmen. Tell them, bitch, be cool when we step through the entrance. Call the wolf in to clean up the mess left. Pipe swinging pliers, blow torches and death threats. Just a standard weekday for me and my people, trying to walk through the valley of darkness like Ezekiel. Trying real hard just to shepherd the weak and protect them from attempts to destroy him. So tell them,
Pete. The righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish. Blessed is he who in the name of charity will go up, shepherd weak through the valley of darkness. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and fury. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Yo, you can't ask the box and throw the damn match. It's not your goal, so hand back your violent quota, Sam, Jack, and John Travolta. Give the boy the watch and get to walking, Christopher. The shit you're talking isn't words heard by softened listeners. Deep inside your ego with an evil less accepted than De Niro in Casino, my theme will be Tarantino. The keynote speaker playing Keno, waiting to meet the maker, giving you the best that I got like Anita Baker. Sometimes I need to take a breather, make the teacher the student, then hope I don't get ruined in this America. It's apparent you need to be taken off the planet, bruh. Just cause you're a character doesn't mean you have character. The wolf told me that he solves problems, he only responds to emergencies. And you've got one, the vengeance is awesome. You're scared under the covers. Say what again? I double dare you, motherfucker.
The righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish. Blessed is he who in the name of charity will go up, shepherd weak through the valley of darkness. And I will